Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in, and welcome to HA After Dark. Let's get right to it. Let's have a segment where I'm not meandering, and let's just get right to what this segment is about. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, share the link to this. Oh, you got, okay, good. I'm glad people got the notification. Share the link if people didn't get notification. Hello, Space Force One. Hello, Eric H526. Hello, Crazy Eddie. Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm going to say this very slowly for Democrats since they have trouble retaining simple concepts. CNN is not WikiLeaks. Gossip is not WikiLeaks. Hearsay is not WikiLeaks. Rumor is not WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks publishes pristine documents. Pristine documents written by the grubby little fingers of Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Hillary Clinton and John Podesta and Clinton Foundation officials and Uma Abedin. That is not gossip and hearsay. That is the epitome of primary source documents, the epitome of truth. The truth is that they did Bernie Sanders. The truth is that there are 500 conflicts of interest. We know because there was a Clinton Foundation employee who stated that. Gossip. Primary sources are the raw materials of history, original documents and objects which were created at the time under study. They are different from secondary sources, accounts or interpretations of events created by someone without firsthand. But even secondary sources, if you're talking about, somebody is experiencing, their recollections of a war, that's different. With this, Trump wanted to invade Venezuela. That is gossip, hearsay, rumor. It's complete nonsense. It's complete nonsense. I will read you the article right now. So WikiLeaks, when historians look at WikiLeaks, they will view WikiLeaks as a primary source document. In the study of history as an academic discipline, a primary source is an artifact, document, diary, manuscript, autobiography, recording, or any other source of information that was created at the time of the study. Or how about actual proof and evidence of people deliberately trying to cheat Bernie Sanders for the sole purpose of electing Hillary Clinton? The DNC emails could not have been clearer. That was not rumor. And the reason I have to make the distinction is because the Trump deranged part of Trump derangement syndrome, where if he says something about Charlottesville and it's completely butchered and twisted and mangled and altered to mean that he meant something that he didn't mean, or splicing up Trump's speeches, which is what Brandon Straka was talking about. One of the reasons he started the hashtag Walk Away movement, which is growing every single day exponentially. Because people impart their hatred of Trump's personality, or they manufacture a vision of President Trump that isn't Trump. It's what they would like Trump to be, so they can just hate on him and pretend that Obama didn't deport 2.5 million people. And by the way, like I've stated, they are not defending Maxine Waters. That you talk about bigotry, you can't get more racist and bigoted than the Democratic Party. Where is Where is Kristen Gillibrand? Where is Nancy Pelosi? Where is Elizabeth Warren? Where are all the white women and white people within the Democratic Party, if we're talking about identity politics, defending a black woman in Maxine Waters, who is saying exactly what the Democrats have always said? She just happens to be the only one who's courageous enough to do it. And I disagree with what she's saying. Let Mad Dog Mattis finish the salmon or the steak. You're not going to change. The people are like, we're protesting ICE. If you didn't protest ICE during Obama, don't protest it now. Then on Twitter, like, well, of course, there were people who yes, there were Latino rights organizations, or there are immigrant rights organizations who were protesting. The Democratic Party did not. If you were trying to protest and you're doing it under the guise or for the purpose of saying, well, Democrats are better, don't do it. If you're just protesting, fine. But if you're saying, oh, well, Democrats are a lot better, don't do it. Democrats utilized ICE without any calls from Maxine Waters or anyone else. But the point is, they're not defending Maxine Waters because there's bigotry. They let her do something they wouldn't do themselves. I think she's misguided. I think she's wrong. But there's a certain amount of courage there in that she is actually evoking a pretty controversial sentiment that is part of the Democratic Party platform. And Kristen Gillibrand and Chuck Schumer and all the Democrats out there who talk about identity politics, and they're not defending her. I haven't heard Kamala Harris defend her. I haven't heard anyone defend her, really. So then you have this, oh, he wanted to invade Venezuela. Trump is the less hawkish number one pick between any Democrat and Trump. Clinton is much more willing to invade any country. If Sidney Blumenthal calls her and says, maybe you should invade this country, she will. But here's CNN. Trump asked advisors, not Trump is reported to have said from an anonymous source, just Trump asked advisors about invading Venezuela in 2017. That's it. That's the headline. It happened. It's a foregone conclusion. It's a foregone conclusion, ladies and gentlemen. It's a foregone conclusion. It happened. Don't you know what happened? Yeah. Well, how do you know? Did WikiLeaks publish a document that said that he did? Did he write down he wanted to? Well, no. Someone told someone's urologist that someone's urologist's accountants, gardeners, friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, second cousin, that he wanted to invade Venezuela. Don't you know? Don't you know? They're part of OPEC. And to my super chat, thank you so much. Oh, Cooper sees truth. Cooper sees truth. Speaking of Julian Assange, well, let's get to the Julian Assange they'll never, ever, WikiLeaks and Julian Assange will never, ever, ever disclose a source, ever, 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 ever. Bible or tradition submitted for SF1. Bible or tradition submitted for SF1. Okay. Interesting. Submitted for SF1. Cool. Thank you, Bible or Traditions. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, as always, Bible or Traditions. President Donald Trump last August asked several top foreign advisors about the possibility of invading Venezuela. He did. During a meeting about diplomatic sanctions, he did. The U.S. was enacting on the autocratic government. He did. A senior government official familiar with the comments said, what? What was that? A senior government official familiar with the comment said, his name was, hi, I'm Mr. Senior Government Official familiar with the comment. Is that what this person's name is? Do they go to like dinner parties or weddings? Hey, what do you do for work? I'm a senior government official familiar with the comment. What? What are you talking about? What are you even saying? Did you have too much to drink? Is this like the WikiLeaks emails? Is this like the WikiLeaks emails? I don't think so. This is Trump derangement syndrome. Put the headline like it happened, make him seem crazy, and just, you know, there's zero evidence. WikiLeaks emails, massive evidence. How do we know? Written by Debbie Wasserman Schultz, written by Hillary Clinton, written by Podesta, written by Cheryl Mills. The president knows she had a server. We have to fix this. And this is, they're writing the truth because they're writing and they don't think that their criminal acts will ever be seen by the public. But oh, let's water down even whistleblowing. Let's sully even whistleblowing, even reporting. This is different than when Seymour Hersh, for example, is one of the brilliant journalists out there. Seymour Hersh is one of the brilliant. He has an anonymous source or sources, couple anonymous sources that he uses. They're very different from CNN. His anonymous sources, by the way, have been right about a whole bunch of things. And he's written these broken stories. And of course, younger journalists for them here are like, you expect us to believe that there was a conspiracy within Obama's administration to hide the fact that they knew about bin Laden and like to go ahead. And you think these senior officials would make overtures to other nations under, you know, contradicting the president? Yeah. You young journalists who think that Obama was their version of JFK or, you know, the best president of their lifetime. Yeah. So Seymour Hersh is an example of a journalist who has, this is funny, who has anonymous sources. Okay, this is not like, okay, Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein, they had Deep Throat. Okay, this is not that. This is not that. This is a comment, a senior administration official familiar with the comment. Translation, utter, complete baloney and nonsense. Hey, you know, I'm a millionaire and I'm going to buy my own island. What? A senior government administration official familiar with the comment said that. Well, really? Well, then it must be true. Can I stay on your island? You're a millionaire. Trump's aides, including then National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster, grabbing them by the McMaster, vigorously urged him against the notion. No, Trump, you crazy madman. Oh, what have we, woe is us. What have we gotten ourselves into? We had such a good president in Obama who actually did invade Libya and destroy it. Now there's slave auctions in Libya. And that actually did happen. From the polished, intelligent, cerebral Obama, who would never reportedly by anonymous sources say something like this. But he did destroy Libya with Clinton. Isn't that funny? how that happens. Funny how the actual evidence from the Obama administration is overlooked for fabricated rumors and gossip of what Trump might have said in some alternate universe, in the mind of some imaginary government official. H.R. McMaster vigorously urged him against the notion. No offense to CNN Politics or the journalist. Just, there's no evidence here. Vigorously urged him against the notion of a military invasion, warning him it could backfire, and explaining that U.S. allies in the region were firmly opposed to such strategy. They were begging Trump, don't you know? Trump. Oh, Trump. Please calm down, you orange menace. You orange king dictator. Crazy, wants to invade the world. How do we know? It's just someone said. Please don't invade Venezuela, said nobody ever, including Trump. Or, sorry, said nobody ever because Trump never said he wanted to invade Venezuela. Then, of course, the anonymous source covers his own behind. Still, the official with knowledge of Trump's private comments noted there was no imminent plan for military strike and chalked up the comment to Trump thinking out loud. But wait a second, he's not invading, he didn't want to invade Venezuela, or he did? Well, he did, you know, he said that he wanted to, but really, well, he actually didn't really want to, and there was no plan for a military strike, and he was just thinking out loud. The president says and thinks a lot of different things, the official said. He just thinks out loud. But we begged him, everybody. We tried to save this nation from utter chaos. From utter chaos. Oh, how could this be? This is the problem with Trump derangement syndrome. Democrats don't know what to do with themselves. So what they do is they have to have these anonymous sources that they think are just like WikiLeaks. But WikiLeaks actually published the truth. How do we know? Because it was so truthful that they said their own words were a plot by Russia. Russia apparently knew how evil and despicable Hillary Clinton was, and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, all of them were. They said, what could we do? We could hack into Clinton's unencrypted server with top secret intelligence right now, or we can hack the DNC with no classified intelligence to inform the American people that the DNC is cheating Bernie Sanders, thus causing Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania voters to vote for Republican for the first time for a Republican since 1984 and 1988. That's the ticket. Because Russia was really, really scared of the Democratic Party, because 20% of U.S. uranium capacity that had absolutely nothing to do with the Clinton Foundation. And William D. Campbell, an informant, stated that, oh, by the way, the Russian lobbyists were bragging about their influence over Obama and Clinton during the uranium deal. But of course, Democrats said, where's the evidence? And then they go ahead and they rely on the Steele dossier that has zero evidence of zero FBI informants except Christopher Steele, who wasn't really an informant. It goes back and forth between narratives. He was opposition research, then he was an informant, and then, well, you know how it goes. But gossip should be treated as fact now. Gossip should be treated as fact. Because Trump derangement syndrome requires that you just look at, well, of course he would say that. You're doubting that he would call a country a you know what? You're doubting he would say that? Well, it's Trump, you know. Well, what about the economy? How's he doing there? Well, you know, I guess okay, but you know what? He's really a madman. What about peace between North and South Korea? Well, that was a photo op, you know. Well, you know, nothing's really changed. Well, President Moon Jae-in of South Korea says Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. And that was a beautiful, beautiful, amazing, groundbreaking, breathtaking handshake between Moon Jae-in and Kim Jong-un at the DMZ. Oh, well, you know what? He's a madman. Oh, okay. What about exposing all the FBI agents, corrupt Comey, Andrew McCabe, Strzok, all of them? They made up the whole thing with Trump-Russia. We know because Strzok actually wrote the texts. Democrats have a problem with people who actually document their conspiracies and then call everything they don't like a conspiracy theory. You know, Bernie was cheated. Well, no, he wasn't. Well, it says right here that Debbie Wasserman Schultz and they hear the different, they're going ahead and using his religion against him. All of these things. And 500 conflicts of interest, all of these things. People were forced to resign in disgrace. Debbie Wasserman Schultz forced to resign in disgrace because of the comments that were published, because of the pristine documents that actually documented real-time criminal behavior. Real-time criminal behavior. So let's look at another gossip column. Report. This is New York Magazine. Really? Trump had to be convinced not to invade Venezuela. Last summer, Donald Trump was so fixated on invading Venezuela that he had to be talked down by multiple members of his administration and allies in the region, and the Associated Press reports. Well, where's the evidence? Trump's dream of using the military to oust Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro was finally squashed during a meeting with Latin American leaders. Well, where's the statement? Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence that he wanted to? Even the CNN article says, well, you know, he's thinking out loud. There were no plans to. But this is more important than Obama destroying Libya or Obama getting into Yemen or Obama spending $500 million for Syrian rebels, like 5 of them. And when I say 5, I mean there's a Time magazine report, 5 Syrian rebels. This is the AP. Trump pressed aides on Venezuela invasion. Oh my God. Really? How do we know? Salty Wang, MAGA, make America great again. Happy 4th of July. Thank you. Thank you, Salty. Thank you. Happy 4th to you as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Salty. Michelle Entz, glad to catch you live tonight, usually a day late. $1 short, but always better informed afterwards. You're in my top 5 for YouTube info sources. Thank you, Michelle. That means a lot to me, and I appreciate that greatly. Thank you, Michelle Entz. Thank you for your support of this channel and your kind words. Thank you, Michelle. We have 400 people, and it's the middle of the night pretty much. But Trump is obviously the less hawkish president. So what we can't do in terms of actually accusing him of a military blunder, like Obama's biggest mistake, he said, was Libya. Quite a mistake. There are slave auctions in Libya now because he destabilized the entire country because of the NATO bombing. It's quite a mistake. It's kind of like a much bigger mistake than the next mistake of the Obama administration, Clinton's use of a private server to transfer top secret intelligence into outside the US government. You want to know how I know Clinton will eventually be charged for crimes? Because the amount of classified and top secret and special access program intelligence floating outside the United States of America. If you don't believe me, ask the Weiner, Anthony Weiner, and Uma. Ask Platte River, ask Dato Inc., ask a million, like so many people outside the US government. As a meeting last August in the Oval Office to discuss, at a meeting last August in the Oval Office to discuss sanctions on Venezuela was concluding, President Trump turned to his top aide and asked an unsettled question. With a fast unraveling Venezuela threatening regional security, why can't the U.S. just simply invade the troubled country? Yeah, that's exactly how. There's no quotes there, but isn't that how Trump speaks? Not. This account of the previously undisclosed conversation comes from a senior administration official familiar with what he said. Yeah, I'm really going to believe that. Swanee Scotty, thank you. Greetings from Australia. I'm a tradie, but I'm doing my book work at home. I always have my Trump bear with me. Thank you. Thank you, Swanee Scotty. And greetings. Thank you, Australia, and Salty, and Michelle, thank you, and Swanee, thank you so much. Thank you, Swanee Scotty, for your continued support. Thank you. Gabbers, thank you for your continued support. Happy Independence Day. Thank you, Gabbers. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. The super chat fuels this. Thank you. Sessions thought it was Independence Day. That's funny. Gabbers, thank you. Michelle, thank you. So the account of the previously undisclosed conversation. So, geez, wonder why it was previously undisclosed. Maybe they just made it up now. Isn't that funny? The account of the previously undisclosed conversation comes from a senior administration official familiar with what he said. Yeah, that's just like WikiLeaks. Not. It's unbelievable the depths of stupidity that journalists will descend into simply to pretend that they're speaking truth to power, when in reality, they should be defending Julian Assange. They should be defending WikiLeaks. They should be exposing the Obama administration, because the Obama administration actually had serious scandals that nobody talked about. This administration has no scandals that are really worthy of not only impeachment, but tell me again how top secret and special access program intelligence outside the U.S. government is not worthy of a lot more. Troll mole, look up the meaning of canary trap. Salty Wang, MAGA for the win. Make America great again for us. Thank you, Salty Wang. Thank you, Salty Wang. Thank you, Salty Wang. Hillary Clinton emails held info beyond top secret. January 19th, 2016. Emails from Hillary Clinton's home server contain information classified at levels higher than previously known, including a level meant to protect some of the most sensitive U.S. intelligence. In a letter to lawmakers, the intelligence community's internal watchdog says some of Clinton's emails contain information classified top secret, special access program intelligence, a secrecy designation that includes some of the most closely held U.S. intelligence matters. How did they get there? This is NBC News. Kendallinian. This is NBC News. Did they grow wings? Did they catch a Greyhound bus? How did they get here? The Salty Wang, thank you so much again. Is it worth it just for me saying Salty Wang? Thank you. And so now we're stuck, ladies and gentlemen, with this new form of journalism. I mean, it's bad enough we had Clinton's own emails, Debbie Wasserman Schultz's own emails, Peter Strzok's text messages. We have the real-time documentation of their actual conspiracies. But that's disregarded for the new form of whistleblowing, which is by the way, which is let's go ahead, find an anonymous source. Let's find an anonymous source and pretend that this really happened, and then mull over and contemplate and discuss what possibly happened that we have no evidence of taking place. This account of the previously undisclosed conversation comes from a senior administration official familiar with what he said. How do I know that this account was not from an intern who hates Trump, or somebody who just not a senior administration official? And so suddenly a senior administration official, all of these people just can't stand Trump, and they have to go ahead, and they're anonymous. They have to leak this gossip. It's just unbelievable. I'll have a nothing burger with you talk about the phrase nothing burger, and tell me what the biggest scandal of the Trump presidency is. Did he collude with Russia? No. No evidence. We got the Steele dossier. He didn't even get peed on by prostitutes. We didn't even get that much. We didn't even get urine. We got nothing. They have nothing. They know nothing. They have nothing. They're going to lose their behinds in November. They're going to lose, and they're going to say it's Russia again, and they're going to say It's the white women again. Thanks a lot, white women. The white women were blamed. Meanwhile, the white women in the Democratic Party aren't defending a black woman who is courageous enough to, even though I disagree with her, to echo or espouse exactly what all those white women have been saying, but don't say out loud. So hold on. White women, Trump. Exploring why white women voted for Trump. What happened to the white women? Oh, then, of course, white women helped elect Trump. Now he's losing their support. Washington Post. You mean they were okay when he was saying, grab, you know what? Grab him by the McMaster, but now he's losing their support. Now, you better watch out now. And then Hillary, they voted for Trump because the husband's told. Oh, that was the best one of all. Hillary Clinton, white women pressured by husbands to vote for Trump. If you're married, you pretty much know you're not going to pressure your wife to do anything. Your wife is going to pressure you. The full court press is the other way around. That's the other way around. You know, Hillary, white women, this is the National Review. Hillary, white women were pressured to vote for Trump by their husbands. You know, Hillary doesn't like sexist things, but you know why the white women voted, because of the women voted for Trump because of their husbands. We know this. We know this. That's what Hillary said. She's against sexism. The failed Democratic nominee has previously blamed her 2016 loss and an array of other forces beyond her control. You can add husbands to the Electoral College, Bernie Bros, Russia, sexism, the Loch Ness Monster, the Wolfman. What else? Oh, fake news. Definitely not her server with top secret special access program intelligence. Definitely not the fact that she was a horrible campaigner. Definitely not the fact she didn't visit Wisconsin. Definitely not the fact that she didn't listen to the few people out there who were like me, who were saying that she was going to lose. I was saying that she was going to lose in 2015. Nobody listened. Hillary Clinton reverted to a familiar pattern in attempting to explain her 2016 election loss during a speaking event over the weekend, arguing that Trump won white women because of their tendency to vote according to the preferences of their male family members and professional superiors. Because we know that, you know, that's what Hillary thinks, you know. If their professional superiors and their white family members say Trump, then they must abide. That's why. Otherwise, she would have won. Democrats, quote, do not do well with white men, and we don't do well with married white women, and part of that is an identification with the Republican Party and an ongoing pressure to vote the way your husband, your boss, your son, whoever believes you should. Yeah, because, you know, all the women who voted for Trump, had they known better, you know, they would have voted their true wishes, but, you know, their sons, their kids, their, you know, nephews. Almost 500 people, 39 minutes in. Then the best part that nobody talks about. Nobody talks about this. November 2nd, azcentral.com. Want to know where Clinton was on November 2nd? The really, really important swing state of Arizona. You know, that state that was going to turn blue. Now, she wasn't in Michigan. She wasn't in Wisconsin. She wasn't in Pennsylvania. She was in Arizona. She was in Arizona. Does anyone find that odd? Does anyone find that odd? Oh, thank you. Okay, I have to see Shalak Collins. She's absolutely wonderful. I have to see that, and I'm very thankful that she spoke highly of me. She's absolutely wonderful. Paige Butler. Paige, watching your transformation over the last 2 years to become a Trump voter has been awesome. Thank you for all your work. I'm a huge fan. Thank you, Paige. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you, Paige, so much. And I appreciate the kind words. And Paige, this is one of the reasons I #ran the you-know-what away. Paige and everybody, I want you to please remember this. So Hillary was, this is AZ Central. Hillary speak. I'll send you the link right here. So everybody, here's the link. And this was not Russia. And this actually influenced the election more than Russia, anything Russia could have done, which is Russia did nothing. But November 2nd, 2016, 6 days before the election, Hillary Clinton, the first Democratic presidential nominee to run competitively, really, in Arizona in 20 years, will campaign in Tempe, Arizona State University. At Tempe, at Arizona, on Wednesday. Oh, actually, so... Oh, okay, yeah. There were more than 10,000 in attendance. I doubt that very, very much. And Clinton... has finished speaking. She was in Arizona on November 2nd. She could have used the Wisconsin trip. She could have used the Michigan and Pennsylvania trip. She could have used the Ohio trip. Silence, do good. Yes. She went to Arizona 6 days before the election and then wondered why she lost swing states. She went to Arizona. All right. And then if that's not enough, deplorable. Hillary, you know, isn't it? Well, why didn't I win? I only called 60 million people deplorable. What kind of audacity? What kind of audacity? Basket of deplorables. That's awesome. That's even before like everything, the full court press from the media like went completely berserk and nuts. That's when the media was like, you know, kind of, well, still like insane cult member, but you know, to be grossly generalistic. Yes, Hillary, we want you to be grossly generalistic. You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables, right? I hate that with like this pseudo-intellectual liberal, right? Right? Hillary's easily going to win, right? I mean, we can all agree with that, right? No, wrong, wrong, wrong. Stop saying right. You haven't been right. You've been wrong. Hillary was in Arizona. Don't say right. Why do you think there's a hashtag walk away? Why do you think there's going to be a hashtag run away? A run away. You know, to just be grossly generalistic, because everyone likes a human being who's grossly generalistic. You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables, right? You call that really, Hillary? That's good. You think Bill Clinton? I wouldn't fit into that. I feel your pain and a lot more than that, I can tell you right now. I'm going to feel a lot more than your pain. The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. And unfortunately, there are people like that, and he has lifted them up. Then why did 30% of Latinos, why did 30% of Jews, why did 30% of Asians, almost 30% in each category, why almost 10% of black voters? Why did 53% of white women? Clinton must think white women are racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. She's a white woman, and she lost the white women vote. And so we get to Trump. It's said by someone who was a senior level guy who supposedly said this, and we don't have any evidence, but, you know, it's really secretive because, you know, we're a really great organization, the Associated Press. Well, it's Associated Press is pretty good, but they're actually a lot better than. But I mean, this is an example of CNN and everyone else, you know, getting to the Associated Press. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you hear tomorrow or this week, and it's going to go into overdrive too. It's going to go into overdrive. It's going to go into a report said that Trump said this. He said that? Oh my God. Report said he likes to bite the head off, you know, pigeons like Alice Cooper or like Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. Reports say that Trump likes to streak naked. Well, do you have a picture? Well, no, but that's what reports say, a whole lot of things. Yeah, there's just this anonymous senior level source. This is crazy. We have to impeach 45. Impeach 45. We have to impeach 45 right now because, you know, someone close to Trump who is close to the truth Then you have Stormy Daniels' lawyer wants to run. Why not? Democrats are completely done. There's a hashtag Me Too. The economy is good. Peace between North and South Korea. The IG report. Comey's going to get indicted. McCabe's going to get indicted. Eventually, Hillary will get charged with crimes. The Office of Professional Responsibility is on Strzok's behind. Everything is collapsing. The Mueller probe will fizzle out. Everything is collapsing. The Democratic Party is collapsing before our very eyes, and it's a hilarious, pathetic sight to see. And impeach 44. And now they're reduced to gossip. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I think I've maxed out this. What else is there to say? It's complete and utter gossip. There's just no evidence of anything. Unlike the DNC emails and Podesta emails, this is very similar to the DNC alleged hack. There's no evidence of that too. No evidence in the Steele dossier. No evidence of this report. No evidence of anything. They just hate Trump. Spinster, bro, I've been following you from Bernie and beyond. We have followed the same path. I can't stand the DNC. They're too corrupt. Donald J. Trump is the only one with the balls to call left on their crap. Thank you, Spinster. Thank you, Spinster. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate that very much. And I do appreciate your kind words, and I do appreciate your support. Thank you, Spinster. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you. Oh, thank you so much. Rach, Rochelle, Laura, you're in top 5 sources. God's blessing, Hillary. Yeah. Rochelle, Laura, thank you, Rochelle. That's a beautiful name. And thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, Rochelle, Laura. You're absolutely wonderful. I'm very happy to be included in that. And Spinster, thank you. Rochelle, thank you so much. Happy 4th of July to you and your family. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to the Super Chat for fueling these live streams. Thank you so much, Rochelle. Your sentiment and your beautiful words mean a great deal to me. Spinster, thank you. I'm glad we took the same path. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a blessed evening. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, Spinster. Thanks to everybody in the Super Chat. Thank you to everybody watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the media reports without any evidence. CNN sources Hillary Clinton. Pretty much. That's what the Steele dossier is. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. Trump never wanted to invade Venezuela. That's a bunch of utter nonsense. It's just pure gossip. Hit subscribe right now. Thank you.